My experience and what I would like to change, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. My experience with the volunteering is that actually I'm volunteering the first time. I always wanted to be a volunteer, but really didn't get the chance because usually the societies which I applied to, they always said they were looking for someone healthy. In Slovenia, it can be a problem sometimes, and what I would love to see is that all would be included, also people with various disabilities, because I think that we also have a lot to offer, and if the society would be more inclusive, we could also help other people widen their view of humanity, of difficulties, of everything, and they could learn something useful.
Volunteering as a person with disability in Romania, for me, didn't represent much of the challenge. I know for some people did represent a challenge, especially for the persons who can use a cane or a crutch or something like that. You just get the occasional stairs and stuff. But at the NGOs, usually you are accepted as the state-owned social work things. Usually they don't let persons with disabilities to be volunteers.
Because I was bored, I decided to volunteer. My volunteer experience are great. Before each job, the theoretic and practical. Handmade the knowledge need for the job. I volunteers a gardener babysitting, talking to the elder, helping out at various festivals.
So, hello, we are Arturo, Sandra, Paloma, and Silvia, and we are the Spanish team. And we would like to focus on three main barriers that disabled people may encounter on different projects and programs in their daily life in our country. Firstly, there's medicalization of the illnesses, because disabled people are usually treated as ill people, as if they were sick. So this is a strong barrier for many people because they tend to be considered as people not in a healthy condition. On the second place, we believe that infrastructure is not enough. So just because you have facilities for disabled people to access public buildings like cultural centers, cinemas, museums, we don't feel that this is enough. There should also be a spread of information. People should be informed of what the facilities are like. And for example, a cultural center that has enough facilities and infrastructure cannot complain that disabled people never come to visit. There should be a regular flow of information to let people know that these areas have the necessary means to welcome disabled people. Also, on a third place, we have regular projects. We consider that they are not usually inclusive enough, because there's a constant distinction between projects made for disabled people and projects made for non-disabled people. So we believe that this inclusivity should be matching both conditions and thus making all the projects more inclusive. Thank you.
We think that among the difficulties that disabled people might face in volunteering, there are low recognition of their potential and abilities, lack of education for youth works on more inclusive activities, general societal stigma that prevents them to access volunteering, especially in other countries. Our goal has to be to raise awareness on their crucial role in society and to break down stereotypes and stigma.
In Macedonia, like in many other countries, there are a lot of people with disabilities who face difficulties in their daily life, such as entrance in the building, using public transportation, entering in a school, getting proper education, getting access to information. But nowadays, there are a lot of NGOs, volunteers, and government institutions that are trying to provide job opportunities for people that face difficulties in their life, such as cafes where you can order with sign language, audiobooks in the libraries, events where we can socialize with each other.
But in the end of the day, there are many people who are willing to help to people with disabilities, but they are not enough. So we need to increase the awareness of helping to each other.